Hi, and welcome to UK's University Tours. Now, this is our first video and we're going to be showing you how to apply for a Tier 4 visa in the UK. So if you're an international student and you're planning to come to the UK, this is the best video you would ever get, with so much information on how you can apply for a visa by yourself. I've done it a lot of times. This is my fourth time I've done it and I've always come out successful, and so can you. So don't forget, follow, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notification, because there'll be more content that would help you strive when you're coming to the UK. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing something very special, as this is the first official video which is launching from UUT, also stands for UK University Tour. We're going to learn how to apply, can't spell apply, for a tier, can't spell tier either, Tier 4 visa from the UK. Because if you're international or EU and you tend on coming to the UK to study, from 2021 you're definitely going to need a student visa, which is a Tier 4 visa. So to be honest, it's so easy, and this tutorial would help you not spend as much money on agencies who charge you extortion prices to do simple steps in getting a student visa. So first things first, what we need to do now is understand and read about this. So as you can see here, you can apply for a student visa if you're over 16 or above. If the university of choice has offered you a license, you have enough money to support yourself and pay for the course. So this includes both the tuition fee and your maintenance cost. Maintenance cost outside London is around 9,000 and inside London is around 10 to 11,000. We'll go into that in detail later in the video, but for now we'll go through the easy bits first as we go through the list. Next, you need to learn, or you need to be able to understand, speak and write English. Some countries would require you to write a TEF exam to prove this, and some countries would require you to take a foundation course. It depends on the university you're going to and the country you're coming from. So put this into account when applying for your visa. Oh yes, I almost forgot. If you're under 18, so around 16 to 17, you will need evidence from your parents that you're coming to study, because you're not fully an adult yet. So, you know, awareness and all that. Now we're going to move to when to apply. Now, if you are outside the UK, the best time to apply for this visa is around 6 months to this time you start your course. I would advise you do this as early as possible, because you don't want to have a short time to get your papers and your documents right, because there's quite a bit of documents you need to arrange. You need to be able to prove that you have finance available for 31 days. There's a lot of other things you need to prove, and to be honest, 6 months, if you start early during the 6 months, you have enough time to plan and ensure you get that visa. Because yes, who doesn't want to come study in the UK? Well, Brexit, COVID, you know what, we'll talk about that another time. So yeah, so what happens if you're inside the UK? Now this is a question, or this is a topic for a different YouTube content, because this would mostly talk about if you're trying to extend your stay in the UK, if you're trying to go into a sabbatical role, if you failed a unit and you want to retake that unit. That's the other bit we need to talk about, which is applying from inside the UK. But if it's your first time, the UK does not allow you to apply from inside the UK. So give an example. If you came to the UK on visitation, you would need to go back home to wherever you're coming from to apply for a student visa. But if you're in the country on a student visa, you can extend it by applying inside the UK. It's a bit easy, you get it. Now the question is, how long can you stay when you get this visa? So this mostly depends on the length of your course. So it could be 6 months, could be 3 years. Oh, by the way, according to the new government rules, if you're studying on a course which is above 1 year, you get 2 years to look for a job. So whether it be undergraduate, masters, or postgrad, which is PhD. Now, PhD, you get 3 years rather than 2 for masters or undergrad. So if you're doing a PhD, lucky you get 6 years to spend in the UK, find a job, make some peas, send it back home. If you're not, buy a nice car, it's up to you. But yeah, we move on. Oh yeah, when I spoke about staying in the UK longer or extending your visa, this is a lot more about how to extend your visa. As I said, we're not going to go into this and this content. If you want to see more about how to extend your visa, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow the channel, don't forget to turn up post notification, and don't forget to like, because all those help us give more content to our viewers, and we really like to make sure that you are knowledgeable on what you're doing and make life easy for you when transitioning from a different country to the UK. So if you've gotten your visa, right, and you're wondering, okay, when can I actually come to the UK to study? So you can come to study a month before if your course is longer than 6 months. So if you're doing an undergrad, if you're doing a master's, if you're doing a PhD, as long as it's more than 6 months, you can come a month before the start date. So Freshers Fair starts around 17th, 19th of September. So you might as well come on the 1st of September or August if you want a few more days to kind of get stuff for studying, because after Freshers Fair, you move straight into study week. And we don't want that, do we? If your course is less than 6 months, then you could only arrive to the country a week before the course begins. I know it's a very short period, but that's what the UK's immigration office say. And that's what we have to follow. Now let's get to the hard bit, which is fees. Yes, you heard me, fees. The place that makes your pocket hurt. So to apply for visa outside the UK charge, it's about £348. And if you're extending, which is weird, it's actually more expensive. That's around £475 to extend if you're inside the UK. 348 is not the only price you pay. You're also going to have to pay for the NHS charge. This on the app. So if you go to www.gov.uk/student-visa, you can see how to calculate how much you would need to pay for your health surcharge. So it's different for everyone or every person. Next is your partner and children. This is a very technical side of applying for a visa. I'm not going to go into this video because of time, trying to stick to the 10 minutes. We'll talk about this later when we're talking about mature students applying, but this is mostly for people who are coming alone and want to get your visa sorted out as quick as possible. Now, the reason why I like the UK government website is because it shows you what you can and what you cannot do. Now, what you can do is study. Duh, that's what you paid for. Or you can work as a sabbatical officer. Funny enough, I worked as a sabbatical officer in a university for 2 years, so I'm quite accustomed to what you can and what you can't do. But when it comes to also working, you could do normal work during your studies, which is limited to 20 hours a week, or as much as possible during holidays. But the things you can't do is you cannot claim any public fund, you cannot do professional jobs, you can't be a coach, you cannot be self-employed, because you need to be a citizen to apply for or to register a company. So technically you can't really be self-employed, can you? And you can't teach in an academic setting or local authority funded schools, stuff like that. Now, next on, we're gonna go to courses. Ooh, let's go boy, let's go. And girls, and non-binary, and every other sexual group. So, in order for you to apply, you need to have something called a CAS. A CAS is also known as a confirmation of acceptance for studies. Now, the university gives you a CAS when you've paid a certain amount, or if you're given unconditional offer to study in the UK. A CAS does not guarantee you acquire a visa. A CAS is just a letter saying we want to sponsor this student. So Home Office could still decide not to give you a visa, but don't worry, if you follow these steps on this video and you're very aware of your documents, there's literally no reason for you not to be in the UK studying by 2021, to be honest. Okay, now we're going to talk on courses you can study. So you have different courses or different categories of courses which you can study when you come to the UK or when you pick a course. So you have, most of them are full-time, so mostly full-times or part-times. The RQF levels, they kind of relate to college, university, masters, PhD, and an apprenticeship, all this other stuff. Those are the levels. You can check more just by googling RQF levels. You'll be able to know what level you're actually applying for. But there's nothing really much in terms of courses you can study, because I'm very sure that if you're choosing to study in the UK, you know what you want to study and you're just trying to apply for the visa. Thank you guys for sticking through to the end of this video. There's a part 2 which has the remaining 3 topics we're going to be talking about. Don't forget to check on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you guys. Peace out.